Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. I hold on. I need to see what my neighbor's Wi-Fi is called. Okay. Okay. Never mind. I thought I saw something questionable. Anyways, hey guys, I have workshops available if you'd like to learn how to work energy or about yourself and your power, your gifts. Go check out my workshops at k33academy.com/store. Also, I'm going to be going live later today. And what I'm going to be doing while I'm live is expedites. I'm going to be doing past life readings, black magic removal, and all sorts of other good stuff. If you'd like to join me, it's going to be later this afternoon or this evening. And in addition to that, you can purchase expedites at emmyevolving.com/shop/past life party. You want to make sure you join me for that because that's always interesting. That's always interesting. So, anywho. Oh, God. Anyways. Let's get started. I asked what this reading is going to be about, and what I heard is being pushed together again. Ooh, do you feel fractured? Do you feel fractionated? What's up? What is up, you guys? Everyone doing okay? That's kind of concerning. Seriously, that's concerning. Being pushed back together. Well, I mean, if it's about you like reunifying or reuniting with someone, that's one thing. But if it's about you being so fractured, that's a whole nother thing. I hope everyone is okay. I hope everyone is okay. You know? I hope that whatever these energies are, they really help you to better understand yourself, better understand. I don't know. I just don't like people feeling yucky or sad. I'm coming to terms with the fact that I can't stop people from feeling what they feel, but still, it doesn't feel good to know that people I enjoy are not feeling very well. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not feeling solid within their existence. I'm shuffling this deck so much because I have a tendency to try and skew the outcome with this particular deck. So that's why I'm shuffling it so much. But I'm told that I need to use that deck. And of course, my go-to cards that I tend to always use it. And I need to switch it up. I need to switch it up is what it is. All right. Dang, it's a Saturday. I already feel confuddled. I already feel super rushed and everything. So it's 11. I have a meeting I have to go to. So I gotta hurry up here. And then I gotta hurry back home. So I gotta go live. Woo. Woo. Okay. Yo. At least I already went to the gym, right? This is my like crazy. I went to bed with my hair wet and then went to the gym. Okay. All right. Oh, I slammed that. Here goes. Ergo. Okay, should we take a moment to like just have some chocolate? I'm just saying. Should we take a moment? Do we need to? I think so. I think so. No, don't do it, girl. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. Let's see. Let's see where the reading takes us. And depending on what information comes through, we might need to have some chocolate. Being pushed together again. So, ooh. Okay. Someone's being snitched out. Oh no. You're going through detox. Ooh. That's hard. I hope you're okay. So, okay. This is telling a whole drama ass story. Let's just preface it with that. So, something ended. It felt like when this ended, whatever it is that it felt like some type of death for somebody, right? Something ended. They didn't want it to end. I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's someone else. They didn't want it to end, and because it did, then it caused them to go into their space, like deeply within themselves. They went into some type of incubatory. Is that a word? Incubatory. Incubatory. It is. Serving for incubation. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. So, definition of incubatory by medical dictionary. One, the provision of proper conditions for growth and development. The development of an infectious disease. I don't know. So, someone got placed in a state of incubation, and it, I guess, originally was intended to help them grow, but kind of what ended up happening is that instead they began to grow like a diseased frame of mind, right? A very diseased mindset about their perception got super skewed. Ooh, 100% at 11:11. um yeah, their perception became very very skewed. I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's a cross watcher, I don't know if you are the cross watcher. Something happened. Someone got really disappointed that things didn't go the way that it was meant to, well, the way they thought that it was meant to go. There was no union, there was no fulfillment. And in place of this union and fulfillment that I guess they were expecting, what they got instead was an emotional winter. Ooh, someone's very bitter. I mean, that level of disappointment is, it's understandable to feel some type of way over it. Is very very understandable. Um but I mean, how long have you been feeling bitter over it? I think that's a real question. How long has this bitterness been allowed to continue? Because if it's like a couple weeks, that's all good. Just process it. You're fine. If it's a couple months, okay, you know. I'm laughing because it takes me a while to process my bitterness. I was thinking about this earlier today, actually. The last time, um, and it was like basically early on in our relationship, but the last time my husband really upset me and hurt my feelings, it took me like 5 or 6 years to get over it. Not joking. Like 5 or 6 years to get over it. Yeah. So I'm totally there with you. We're seeing eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? I see you. Don't worry. But we can't continue to live that way. We can't. Did that do anything good? Not really. Not really. Um, you know, No, I tell you, like, I can hold on to hurt feelings for a long time. Yeah, no, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Yeah. So, um, I mean, I can't really tell y'all to not do that, but I can share with you that, um, nothing good really came of it, right? Nothing good really came of that. There was not much, um yeah, I can't think of anything, like, positive or anything that contributed to my growth in that time. It's almost like being held in a holding pattern, for a long time, right? Lucky for him, um, I was bitter while still living together. For most people, if I enter into that space, like, I want you the fuck out of my life. I don't give a shit. That's how I know my husband is super special. I'm pissed at him right now. I am. I'm pissed at him right now. It'll be fine though. Most other people, yeah, no, I would totally be like, I want you the fuck out of my life. I don't give a shit. Right? It's very hard to hurt my feelings to that degree. Very, very hard. What did they do? Did they do something that was really worth that type of amplified bitterness? I mean, what did they do? Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ooh. Ooh. I just got a notification. It's a notification from crypto.com. Trust issue? Fuck you, crypto. I mean, is it a trust issue? Oh, damn. I feel like we're being called out. This is some fucked up shit. This is fucked up. What do you mean trust issue? Okay. Let me just calm down. That's literally what it says. It says trust issue. Um can blockchain solve AI's trust issue? But all I saw was trust issue and a question mark. Are you having trust issues? Okay, so I don't necessarily believe in trust issues. I used to think that I have trust issues, but I don't. Um, what I have, what I have is not a trust issue. What I have is unresolved trauma that someone else forced upon me that I haven't fully processed, and it continues to bleed over into different aspects of my life. Other people might look from the outside looking in and see it as a trust issue, but it's not a trust issue. It's a memory coming forward. It's a trigger. It is a trauma response. I'm capable of trusting people, but you just got to be the right one, or I'm not going to trust you. And I shouldn't. The most, and I hope you guys hear this part more than what you just heard me say. I hope this part is what you really take in. The most fucked off period of my life was when I convinced myself that I have trust issues. And because of that, I forced myself to place trust in people who ended up, it's not even betraying, but full on plotting to the point of very pronounced, very widespread cyberbullying. Yeah. Yep. Not just one round, because it wasn't enough for me to experience that with one person who created an opportunity for many people to be involved. This is why I got pushed out, or not really pushed out, but I chose to leave all of the spiritual communities behind, right? This one person did that. Haven't forgotten what you did, Kayla. Fuck you, bitch. And finally, after years processing, I actually should be mad at you. I shouldn't feel sorry for you. I don't give a fuck what happened in your life. You had no right to do that to me, and I had no right to justify your behavior by saying, oh, well, this happened to her and that happened to her. I should not have cared what happened to you. I should have crushed your fucking ass, but I didn't. I didn't. I've learned, though. I've learned quite a bit. But in that period, I didn't learn enough. Because again, what spiritual communities, spiritual teachings, spiritual programs will tell you is that you have to consider other people's traumas and why that happened, right? Because hurt people hurt people. Yeah, no, you don't have to consider that. What you need to consider is the ways in which you allow this into your life and the ways in which you are going to resolve this by removing those toxic people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? So in that period, it wasn't enough for me to go through that because this person involved hundreds of people. Y'all have no idea the robust archive that I have of messages from so many people like, oh, your enemies message me. And according to me, I have no enemies. I don't dislike people enough to have enemies. But they sent me screenshots, all of them. I never deleted them. I never deleted them. I'm also aware of this person went onto my live streams and intentionally attempted to attack me energetically. Yeah. Thought I didn't know. She thought the faces that I was making was because her efforts were entering into my field. No. The faces I was making is because, like, why would you do that? I've never done anything to you except support you and be a friend. Why would you do that? The faces I made were because I was uncomfortable with the reality of I should fucking crush you, but I don't want to because I know what you've been through. You've confided things in me that I understand you're hurting, and I don't want to hurt you more. I wanted to be the one who helps you to heal. But what you guys have to understand is you can't help people heal if they don't want to heal. And so I repeated this same cycle with another group. Never again. I don't need to reach that third time as a charm. No, I need to address the instability within me that allows for these types of things to enter into my life. A huge part of why I didn't take appropriate legal action, why I didn't fuck bitches up with energy, because I was entitled to that at that point. It has to do with me instead focusing my energy, my attention towards realizations about how I allowed, not blaming myself, but recognizing how I allowed the toxicity, how I didn't just welcome it, I encouraged it with my behavior, you know? Oh, do you know her, Lisa? Yeah. Do you know her? Yeah. I instead chose to use all of my energy. Oops. Um, I used all of my energy to really understand the ways in which I opened doorways, pathways into myself, right? How have you opened pathways into yourself to invite, to accommodate the people who seek to further fracture you? being pushed together again. Are you being pushed towards someone, or are your parts being pushed back together so that you can understand you've been whole this whole time? This entire time you have had all your parts, but parts of you kind of broke off and got pushed slightly away from you, right? No, just witnessed it when she tried coming on your live stream and tried you. No, she's actually very she's a slippery little snake. She will convince other people. She'll watch other people who she thinks has an ability that can match mine. She didn't know me very well. She thought she did. Um, she'll try and look for people who she thinks has an ability that can match mine, and then she will poison them, their thoughts. These are people I've never even interacted with, and then she will convince them to try and attack me. You know. So I don't think that it was her. She's afraid of me. She's afraid of me and my energy. So she'll hide behind people. It probably was not her coming on live streams to try me. But I know she still watches because you're a petty, jealous bitch. Yeah. So that's the thing. I don't have trust issues. I have a robust memory. When it comes to trauma, you have a tendency to remember these traumatic events much more pronounced than events that are mundane. Unless, of course, part of your trauma response, your coping mechanism is to partition those memories and push them away. Um, I don't have that type of response. I have been in a fight or flight state for a large portion of my life. It's only um, more recently that I'm exiting out of that fight or flight and allowing true healing to occur for myself. But because of that fight or flight um, situation, circumstance that's existed within me for much of my life, I remember really well when someone does things that, yeah, I should not let them back in my life. That's why I have this rule that if I don't remember what you did wrong to me, I really shouldn't be mad at you. I shouldn't hold that against you, because if I can't even remember it, then really it was not a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. But if I can remember what you did, it's a big fucking deal. It is a big fucking deal. And I will no longer gaslight myself into this space of trying to make excuses for behaviors, right? And this is what I'm learning as I exit out of that spirituality. Once upon a time, spirituality was very, very pure. It was a very intact type of movement. It's something that would help to shake off the programs that have kept you very limited in your perception, in your scope of potential. And then it was infiltrated years ago. It was infiltrated. And now it's another form of controlled opposition. It's another religion. If you think you've liberated yourself from religion because now you're spiritual, no, you went from one controlling space into another. And the other is just much more covert, much more manipulative. So, what do I identify as? I identify as a human being, having a human experience with the capacity to understand with clarity to the degree that is profound, profound. And I hope for those that have left behind a religion and entered into a spiritual journey, I hope that whatever is happening for you, um, you're able to have the clarity and be able to be encouraged to connect with your own divinity. I don't think spirituality and religion is intrinsically evil. I feel and believe that what people, individuals, have done with both spirituality and religion can be evil. And I think if you keep your wits about you and you view things with um, clarity, right? Where you can see things for what it is without having it get muddled or distorted because of emotions. I'm very thankful for my cap moon because I can shut emotions off like that. I can be real mad and be like, girl, knock it off. Okay, what are we looking at? Some people be like, oh, you're fucking crazy. And you still want to try me? Who's crazy now? I'm saying, who's crazy there? So when you allow your emotions to kind of be suspended temporarily, right? Those emotions don't go away, they get suspended. When you allow your emotions to be suspended temporarily, you can see things with clarity. So it doesn't matter if you're religious, it doesn't matter if you're spiritual, it doesn't matter if you're sovereign. As long as you have that clarity, you can get through whatever you're struggling through much easier than not having clarity and having people tell you what to do, what to believe, how to process, and, this and that. When you seek out another human being's perceptions, they're viewing whatever you're sharing, whatever they're witnessing through the goggles of their own life traumas. They have their own distortions. Part of the reason why working with me gives people the clarity that they need is because I can take off the glasses, those trauma goggles. I can take that off and I can see things exactly as they are with no emotions involved or invested and give you clarity on what's happening, you know? So it's this thing of now you need to work towards being able to do that for yourself. It should not just be me being able to do that for you. Like I love the honor of being able to assist you in that way. I love that. That truly honors and it humbles me genuinely. But I don't want to just have that. What I want is for you to step into a space of being my equal and being able to see things for yourself regarding your life with the same depth of clarity that I can provide you. Right? That's important. It's important for you to allow that gift to come back to you. Don't be scared of what you're going to see. Instead, you should be scared of running through life, like running, because many of us run. We rush through our processes. We're sprinting through life with blacked out goggles on in a forest, a dense forest. Have you ever run into a tree full speed? Yeah, an emotional tree. Many of us have. You are frantically running through your life, trying to get away from the very things that are helping you to take the goggles off. Yep. I give myself 2 opportunities to see with clarity the very thing that I need to see. The first time I see it, I give myself enough compassion and grace to allow myself to revert to these very toxic mindsets of if I probably did something to upset you. It's somehow my fault. You probably just don't like me and this and that. And I will stay quiet on that. Because I need to work through that still. I need time. I need space. I need to be gentle with myself. I'm undoing an entire lifetime of programs. You got to be gentle with yourself. Okay. The second time it happens, yeah, not so gentle anymore. Not so gentle anymore. I'm going to be very firm with myself. All right, ho. Talking to myself. All right, ho. What the fuck is going on here? I don't know. Yes, you do know. Look what you fear in the eyes. Get the information you need so you can see things with clarity. Yeah, your feelings got hurt. Yeah, you got betrayed. Yeah, this negative thing, that negative thing, whatever. Yeah, all of that happened. Okay, see past that. What do you need to see to bring your parts back home? Because what you're experiencing is bringing your attention to the parts that have fractured and been pushed away from you. The cyberbullying stuff that I experienced, that had to do with me recognizing that I was pushing away the very parts of me that have the capacity to defend me. I was so afraid that people would see me as demonic if they understood even just a fraction of the capacity I have when it comes to harnessing energy. You know what? I was so careful and I played so small that was the very thing that welcomed the demon Horitas into my life. I see clearly what I did. I took people who had no integrity and no capacity to responsibly wield the type of gifts I was bestowing upon them. Mhm. I taught them some techniques. Oh, they went to town with that. Yeah, they went to town with that. I wanted so badly for them to be my equal so I wouldn't be different by myself. That was manipulative of me. That was a form of manipulation. I tried to form them into a clone of me. I didn't realize it when I was doing it. That's a trauma response. I was very afraid to stand on my own. So I fractionated myself. Slice after slice of my totality pie. I cut up that pie and left myself a sliver, hoping that it wouldn't be too much. That's what welcomed them in. I repeated over and over and over again, we are the same. We are not the fucking same. I have integrity and I'm actually gifted. We are not the fucking same. You see, what happens when people are able to tap into, for the first time, quite possibly, into abilities that they don't have the maturity to wield? Oh, they go to town with that. They start thinking some really distorted things. And then what they'll do is they'll identify who is a competition, because when they stand beside that person, their light dims in comparison to that person. So they got to take that person out because, when you stand them side by side, you see who clearly has the gifts. What is so wrong with being gifted? Because I had a huge problem with it for so long. It's only literally, I want to say, maybe in the past, oh, y'all are going to laugh. Maybe in the past 6 months, 6 to 12 months, have I begun to actively accept. I don't even know if it's 12 months, more like 4 to 6 months. Let's fucking be honest here. In the past 4 to 6 months is when I've begun to really allow myself to, like, all right, girl, stop pretending like you can't do the things that you do. Stop, right? What is so wrong? What is so wrong about you just recognizing, acknowledging for yourself what a gift you actually are, how capable you are? Me acknowledging that I am capable, that I am gifted, that I am powerful has nothing to do with competing or comparing with other people. I still see us as equals. You have every right to shine in the way you do, just as I do. That my light, my sacred flame, is no threat to yours. That we are two candles placed on the altar of life, self contained, burning brightly, beautifully. And in that, we are gifting our light to the world, still equals. It doesn't matter if I'm a huge light and you're a little tea light. We both still have the same purpose, to illuminate the path for others who follow behind us so they can find their way home to themselves. These are the parts of you that you reject, dependent on the environment that you're in, what permission that environment gives you. Fuck that shit. I'm at a point where it's like, oh, you don't like certain aspects of me? Okay, fuck out of here. This is my fucking channel. You want me to change who I am? Do you not fucking know who you're watching? I'm not a big deal, but I'm a real person. I'm not going to fucking change who I am to be more easily tolerated by people who don't even appreciate me. Are you kidding me? You really thought I would agree to that? Oh, you're tripping. Oh, you lost your cock ass mind if you think I would agree to something like that. And being not apologetic not apologizing for who you are. Hey, I get it. I am not exactly everyone's slice of pie, but I will never return back to that space where I allow myself, where I consciously choose to be a sliver of pie. Fuck that shit. I'm the whole fucking bakery. That's that. That's that. That's not even up for debate. It's not up for discussion. It is what it is. There are many bakeries on that street of life. Go to the one that you know, the one that you're drawn to, the one that has the flavors and the items that you can digest. Right? There's this one. It's a meme. It's hilarious. To me, it's hilarious. I have an off sense of humor, but it goes something along the lines of, I'm no longer going to make myself small just so I can be easily digested by others. Choke, bitch. I'm just paraphrasing. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. Yes, yes, yes. Lisa. She says, wow, so half my life I've been seeking permission from people who don't even give themselves permission to be themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. It reminds me of a time where I had this, Facebook friend who was very passive aggressive and very condescending, but I tolerated it, right? Absolutely tolerated it. And I remember one day he was starting to get on my nerves. He was really starting to get on my nerves. And I just kept quiet. I'm like, don't be rude, don't be mean. And I remember one day, a mutual Facebook friend of ours with like really thick, gorgeous, curly AF hair, um, was wanting to repair the ends of her hair. Uh, I am a person who I look into things, and that was a period where coconut oil, like life is rough, pour coconut oil on it. Everything had to do with coconut oil. And, coconut oil dries out my skin, it dries out my hair. And I, at the time, had much curlier hair because of my hormones. And I was like, girl, you should go to Sally's Beauty Supply and ask the ladies there about keratin treatments that might help the bonds of your hair. Um, but I don't know, because everyone's hair, the porosity is different. You should ask someone who can actually touch your hair and figure out what's best for you. But the keratin treatment, I did it once a week and it grew my hair super long, super thick. It really helped me and I had no split ends. And then comes this guy, the person that started to irritate me. He's like, you don't need to do all that. That's all chemicals. What you need to do is put coconut oil. You're bald. You're legit fucking hairless, yo. Why are you giving advice to bushy ass haired people? Are you an esthetician? Are you a cosmetologist? I mean, do you know about follicular health? You're fucking bald, yo. Not to shame you for being bald, but what the fuck makes you an authority? And you know what happened? She listened to him because he was so convincing in his delivery. She listened to him. And you know what happened? The reason her hair was breaking was because she processed her hair. All her hair fucking broke. She had to go to salon. And the salon person was like, what happened? Tell me what's going on. And she told them, the ends were really dry, crispy even, if I remember right. And that someone told her to put coconut oil to moisturize it. She goes, oh, that's the worst thing you could have done. And she privately tells me, and I was like, girl, I don't know why the fuck he's commenting on your shit when he got no hair himself. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. The parts of you that you're pushing away are the parts of you that know what to do with what you're struggling through. She could feel that in her heart of hearts. Like, I don't know if I should do this, but he's so convincing. Typically, the people who are the most vocal about certain types of subject matter, where they're not just sharing information, it's not like you run a channel or social media profile where you are sharing content regarding a specific subject matter, right? That's something completely different. I'm talking about someone who consistently goes on other people's posts in order to fluff their ego by telling you what to do as though they're an expert in it, when in reality, they're not. It is extremely rare. It happens maybe, um, I don't know, once a year, if that, where I will go on someone else's post, and has to be a really good friend of mine. I will go on someone else's post and share information that is not solicited. I don't even know if it's once a year. It's very, very, very rare. And I never phrase it in such a way where it's like, you need to do this, this, and this. I will be like, hey, I know this is not solicited, but I want you to be okay. Have you considered or heard of blah, 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 blah? It might be worth your while to look into that, because that might apply to what you need to do for yourself. Right? We all have the capacity to learn and gather the information we need ourselves. People who are responsible and worthy of your space will give you phrases, concepts, the terminology that you can use to begin your own researching, your own delve into information that might be of benefit to you. None of my videos are intended to just be taken in as absolute truth. Like, no, these are all opinions of mine. I share opinions. It's up to you what you're going to do with that opinion. If you're going to allow yourself to be inspired to look more deeply into certain things that you hear me talk about, it's beautiful. If you're going to feel like, you don't want to look into it, beautiful as well. You're exercising your sovereignty. That's all that matters to me. You're exercising your sovereignty. That's important. That's powerful. That's part of your return back to your throne room, deciding for yourself, right? So, manifestation in reverse. Whatever it is that happened, it blocked the manifestation of the types of circumstance that will help to alleviate some of that bitterness, because that was a feeling, right? That there was bitterness that's causing blockage, that's causing fear-based behaviors, that's causing my hair is just okay, girl. Just chill out there. We're gonna be done soon. Anyways. So this blockage of what whoever wanted to manifest, it created some type of bitterness, it created some type of feeling, and then it was this thing of very upside down stories that you or they are telling themselves, that needs to be addressed, that needs to be looked into. Like, why do you believe that? I wonder, this is the example that pops into my head. I wonder if you told yourself that, so and so just doesn't like you, hates you, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Do they hate you, or were they just hurt? Do they hate you, or were they embarrassed because they felt rejected, and that caused them to shy away from you, to shrink away from you? I don't know. And this is general reading. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but part of how you correct this and bring your parts together again is by stepping into that lady, goddess, feminine space. And everyone has feminine and masculine energy, both. right? You have both within your auric field. That etheric gender, it's both. You have both. So, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your gender identification, um, you have to step into that feminine energy, that creative, nurturing, healing energy, right? You can no longer hide yourself. You can no longer continue to dedicate yourself to these spaces and these people who continue to diminish you through their proximity to you. People who are low key haters, people who say snarky things, acting as though it's a joke, acting as though um, you misunderstood, yeah, that's toxic. That's yucky. It's very, very yucky. It's very yucky. It's yucky. I love toddlers. I talk to toddlers like that. Oh, that's yucky. Like my kids never did crazy things like trying to drink bleach and set the house on fire and stuff because I would tell them like, "Oh, I know. That's yucky. That's poison." And they'd be like, "Oh, I shouldn't touch that. Yeah, we don't want to touch that. That's yucky." Oh my gosh. Okay. I love babies. I do. Okay. It's time for you to move forward so that you can find balance. And for some of you, right? For some of you, the way you'll do that is through communication. Communication between the self and the soul. And for some, it's communication between two individuals. I don't know. I don't know which one it is for you. Which one resonates? Which one do you feel in the heart space, the high heart space, right? Do you feel maybe some type of vibration when I say you need to speak with your soul, the self and the soul need to communicate? Or do you feel like that vibration and then also your ass cheeks clenching when you think about like you need to speak to someone, right? That's okay. Clenched ass cheeks is not necessarily a bad thing as long as you release it. Just release ass cheeks. You'll be fine. Oftentimes we think that communication is going to be far worse than what it actually is ends up being. And then we think to ourselves, like, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I stress myself out for nothing? Well, because you didn't know. Now you know, right? The best way to resolve an issue that you're having is to communicate. So communicate. Let yourself, start a conversation or allow yourself to receive someone's attempt to communicate because it goes both ways, right? Integrity in reverse. I think that there might be some questionable integrity involved with this. I don't know if it's you or a cross watcher or maybe a third party. Oh my gosh, is this a third party circumstance? This is my logic. Do you guys want to hear my logic? I'll tell you my logic, anyways. This is my logic. Anytime there's a third party circumstance, I will bow out. You don't know. You have to choose between me and someone else to be my friend or to be my work partner. Pick the other person. Make it easy for you. Pick the other person. It's all good. There's billions of people in the world. I'm pretty sure I'll find someone else to match up with. Pick the other person. It's all good. Don't complicate your life. Let me just bow out, right? Third party circumstance in a relationship. Just you guys do your thing. I hope you're happy. And yeah, I'm out. I refuse to be part of any third party anything, right? Third party circumstance where person A told person B some shit about you, they're talking shit, and person B went ahead and told you. I mean, if person B told me, I would be like, oh, that's interesting. Why the fuck does A feel so comfortable talking shit about me to you? And bow out. I'm gonna bow out. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Someone wants to come to me and talk shit about someone else. Ooh, you okay? You need to vent. You feel better now venting? Well, what do you think, Emmy? What do you think about them? Well, I don't have that kind of circumstance with them, so I don't really have an opinion on this. I'm gonna bow out. I'm good. I'm good. I'm very, very good off that. Be careful about third party circumstance, whether it's romantic, platonic, drama filled. Yeah, I'm good off that. So, free spirit in reverse. Whoever this is feels very confined. They feel very much like a bird caught in a trap. Ooh, someone feels trapped in their circumstance. It's almost a sense of like whenever they feel like they're gonna progress forward, a person, I don't know if it's you or someone trying to come towards you, but whenever this individual that's whose energy is coming forward, whenever they feel like they're making progress, and they're about to take a step forward, there's another individual that just really goes bonkers, and then they get caught up in that. So it's almost like this sense of this beautiful, majestic bird, a raptor of some kind, being caught up in fishing line. Have you ever seen that? Like a bird being caught up in fishing line? That's some fucked off situation. Like, damn, they can't fly away. They're all tangled up. They're tangled up. That's what this feels like. Someone's been tangled up. And I think whoever this is that feels tangled up is desperately hanging on to hope. Yeah, I use the analogy of this majestic bird, but God gave you opposing thumbs. Get your fucking scissors, get your Swiss Army knife, and cut that off. You're not helpless. I promise you, if eagles had opposing thumbs, not just their feet, but had opposing thumbs, they would cut that off. You're not helpless. You have the ability to do something about your circumstance to liberate yourself. Now, for some, you just don't realize that yet. It's okay. Give yourself time. You'll recognize what solution you already had inside you that you were afraid to implement. For others, um, you know, you've been in an environment that has really conditioned you to believe that you have no other options. That conditioning can be undone. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of investment in self, but it can be undone. Keep watching my videos. We'll undo that. That's what my videos do. They undo the conditioning. My videos, without me intending to, validates you as a human being, validates your needs, validates your stance regarding your life and the way you're being treated. Keep watching the videos. Eventually, you'll get to a place where you're like, you know what? I don't deserve this crap, because you don't. You genuinely don't. And now that you know that, you got to do something about it. Take the time to figure out what to do, how to safely extract yourself from the toxic spaces that you've been forced to endure. You can do it. It might not be easy, but the best things in life are usually the ones that challenge you to see just how capable you are. I don't think I've ever lived an easy life. Why do you think my awareness is so profound? Because life has continued to invite me every single day to rise to another challenge, to continue to delve even deeper into my awareness of how capable I am when it comes to addressing things within my life. You see, have you had a hard life? Does it seem like everything just seems to go wrong ever since childhood? I'm telling you, once you get centered within yourself, you'll see just how much your life prepared you for the greatness that you are, for this profound purpose that lives inside you. And you'll see how capable you are. I promise. You just got to put the effort into realizing this stuff, right? The problem is that you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in the validity of your needs. You don't believe this. You don't believe that. You don't believe that you come from a legacy of light. You have no right to have needs and expect others to fulfill those needs. You mean the people who expect that from you? When people have one set of rules that apply to them or that apply to you but not to them, you need to begin questioning that, right? You need to begin questioning that. Um, I've known far too many people who are in a romantic partnership and their partner does not claim them publicly on their social media. They don't show whether they're single or in a relationship or married. They don't show that. That status is removed and there are no pictures of their partner. But I mean, heaven forbid their partner be a mirror of that and not show their relationship status and not brag about their partner on their social media. That's questionable AF. That's very, very questionable AF. Now, I want to also put out there that, if you and your partner both have this understanding um, of, there's a need to keep that separation on social media, like my husband and I don't know if he has married on his, but my relationship status is not listed, I think. It might be, I don't know. But our accounts are not linked. And I have no pictures of him. And I think he took down all the pictures of me as well. And that's because crazy ass motherfuckers try and do shit. I'm saying. So we have this understanding. But y'all know I'm married. I'm married. Are you listed as married on FB? But you're not connected to my account, right? Am I listed as married? I'm not sure. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Let's take a look. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have anything listed. Nothing. Nothing at all. Yes. Nothing at all because people are fucking crazy towards me and I'm good off that. None of our social media is connected. But if you watch my live streams, I'm married. I'm committed to my marriage. Right? So there's that aspect of it. But if it's this thing where you're never spoken about and your partner presents themselves to the public as though they are not, I don't know. I personally would question that. I personally would question that. Yeah. So you need to have a big, bold vision. This big, bold vision needs to address your lack of willingness to focus on the light. If you've become so engrossed in the pain you've experienced, which is valid, okay? You're feeling pain for a reason. It's valid. It's bringing your attention to something. If you become so engrossed in that pain, sometimes you end up not recognizing when there's positivity around you. When someone is being supportive, it's like, for example, there's a person who is being very, very supportive towards you, and you instead see it as like, oh, they're just a really nice person, but eventually they're gonna get sick of me, and they're not gonna want to be my friend. They're gonna abandon me because everyone leaves. That type of mindset. You're gonna need to switch that up a little bit. I don't know how, um, but you're going to need to at least start considering how you can see the positivity in things. Not try and convince yourself that you are not going through something negative, because that's not going to help you either. But an acknowledgement of the struggle that you're in, while you also look for whatever positivity might be hidden in that, right? So, it's a challenge. It's going to challenge you. But again, I think you're up for the challenge. I think you're fully capable of going through this process successfully. Every journey starts with a single step. Ooh. Every journey starts with a realization that you're going to be on a journey, and the preparatory work it takes before you even take that first step. That's just my thoughts. Maybe this is your, wake up call about what you need to do for yourself within your life. I don't know that your life is that bad. Like, this is general reading. I don't know that your life is that bad. It might feel like it's that bad, which again, it's valid, but is it really that bad? Or have you become so downtrodden? You know what I'm saying? Um, Because there's times where I start to feel like things are just so bad. And then when I allow myself to slow down and really look without the distortion of emotions, I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's inconvenient, but it's not that bad. This can be resolved as long as I can see clearly what needs to be worked on. This can be resolved, and maybe that's the kind of shift that you need. That's a very small shift. 1 degree at a time, 1 degree at a time, right? The word wants to be written. So, I don't know. I think this means that you need to communicate with someone. Shock of the new, but see, this is not new. This is not new. This is something that you've been dealing with for quite some time. You've been dealing with this for quite some time, and you just really haven't let yourself see what you're dealing with, right? Conscious connections in reverse. You're choosing to believe that you don't have this conscious connection, this connection with your consciousness, or between your consciousness and someone else's. I think you do. I think for some of you, you have a connection with someone else. Card number 34, in the world, not of this world. All right, listen here, alien baby. Listen here. You're in this world. That means you're having a human experience because you, despite your celestial filterings, the etheric lineages that you come from, your star seed status, you're still a human. You're in the world, not of the world. And it's okay for you to recognize you're not of this place, but it's even more important to recognize and accept you live here, though, in a human body at that. And because you live in a human body, you unfortunately must experience a human experience. So you can see things from as spiritual a space as you want. No one should tell you not to do that. But just know, regardless of how you view things in the spiritual sense, you're still going to need to find human solutions to a human experience that is undesirable. Okay? You're not going to meditate your problems away. Meditation can help you to resolve those problems by creating stillness within you so that you can hear soul instructing you on how to resolve the issue, the human issue that you're struggling through. Does it make sense? I hope that makes sense. Allow your intuition to guide you. Your guidance should come from within, and the things that resonate with you externally are confirmation of the validity of the guidance your soul is giving you. What in the world? Oh, it's lint. Anyways, I have lint on my mic. That's just gross. I don't know where it comes from. Is it from the air? It's fucking nasty. I hate lint. I should get a depilatory machine. This is just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Makes me feel gross. It's so yucky. Card number 21, growth. You're growing through this. You know? You're growing through this. Can you be with one foot on earth and one foot in the other world? Well, here's the thing. You have 2 human feet. Most of us have 2 human feet. So, no. That's my perception. If you were intended to have one foot on the earth and one foot in the other world, you would be missing one of your appendages. Or you would be walking with one etheric leg. So, a lot of people have been convinced due to spiritual teachings that the goal is to be as spiritual, etheric, and all of that other stuff as possible. What about your human experience? How does it serve you to be up in the ethers and not identifying as a human that you are? Right? Now, it's important and healthy to have an awareness that you're more than just the human that you are. But first and foremost, as you live through this particular life, you are human before other things. Yeah, before all other things. I think a lot of the struggle that people experience is that they place all of these other identifications, self identifications, before their human identity, before all other things. I am Emmy, a human mother. I am a mother to children who are profound. I am a wife. I am a sister, a daughter, and a friend. And then after that, I mean, it's just a cluster fluff of all these like alien things, multidimensional things, all these different lifetimes. It's just like, I don't even want to bother. Because all those things eventually they factor in. But I mean, until I need to factor it in, that's there. That's there. That's a part of my history. That's a part of my galactic heritage. But that's not just me. That's not all that I am. Primarily, I am a human woman, mother, sister, daughter, friend, right? Yeah. Okay, so can you be with one foot on earth and one foot in the other world? And this is why people end up doing that. They're scared to be here fully because this world feels so unsafe. You can make it safe for yourself. You can make that happen. And I think maybe that's part of what the realization, the key realization is for this particular reading, right? Being pushed together again so that you can feel safe in any environment you occupy, knowing that inside you is home, not the external environment, but inside you is home, right? You only have this body for a limited period of time. Enjoy it while it lasts. Hi, Darren. Yes, exactly. Take care of it, enjoy it, feel all the sensations, all the experiences that you are being gifted as a human being. These are things you can only experience while in human form. I had to learn that the hard way. You experience emotions, perceptions, sensations in a very different way when you're not in human form, right? So it's not bad to know, be aware of your energetic heritage, galactic heritage, celestial, all of that's not a bad thing. But when you become so hyper fixated on that, you push away the part of you where you live, being pushed together again, allowing those two to come together so you can merge your parts and exist as a totality, right? And I tell you, I experienced this firsthand because for a couple years, a long time ago, I did go through that as well, where I no longer wanted to identify as human. And I was so hyper fixated on, you know, the celestial aspects of myself. It did not make me feel whole. It did not make me feel happy. It worsened my depression. It worsened my anxiety. It worsened my disdain for other living humans. Like, girl, I had to tell myself, girl, stop it. I had to. I had to stop that because there was nothing spiritually evolved about it. It's just, there was nothing. How could I help the people I am here to help if I'm so busy thinking I'm so different and I'm so elevated and my lifestyle is the only correct? Like, no, everyone's choices are valid for themselves. Whether I agree or not is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. Okay, so live your life. What I'm saying is live your life. It doesn't matter what other people think. You need to rise in your level of awareness of the way you are limiting yourself based on other people's perceptions. You have to allow yourself to flow. You have to stop trying to redirect your attention to things that are outside of what your soul is showing you, right? Your soul is showing you what you need to pay attention to. It's time to allow yourself to heal. Arcturians are master healers, right? You need to step into that space of healing yourself, mastering the process of healing yourself. You cannot heal yourself if you don't know what wounds exist. The first thing a hospital does when you go there with some type of crisis is they have to identify what the crisis is, what organ systems are being affected, how your vitals are being affected, all of that. The same thing with you. Okay. You're not as innocent as you want to believe. You are co creating the experiences, both pleasurable as well as unsavory, with other people. You are co creating that. So you have to step out of that victim mindset. Some of us exist there, some of us sometimes visit there. Both are valid. But if you want to truly grow yourself and heal yourself, you have to exit out of that space where, oh, everyone just does things to me. You co create that, right? When you allow them to have access to you, you are giving access. Therefore, you co created that. It's not about blame. It's about recognizing the way you contributed to that experience so that you can choose differently if it circles back around. Past life return. So I'm assuming someone from your past life is wanting to reconnect with you. Okay. Okay. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be romantic, but maybe that's something you need to explore. You need to accept yourself. And as you accept more of who you are in your natural state, you begin to build yourself up. All the parts of you that were, deconstructed by others, deconstructed by soul, they will start to be rebuilt the moment you begin to commit to deepening and ripening your acceptance of yourself. Hidden moon. There are things that either you're hiding from yourself or someone is hiding from you. And these are components that are crucial for you to be able to decide uh, in an informed manner, right? So this could be like someone's hiding their feelings for you. This could be someone is flat out lying to you. It could take on any form, but there's information that's being hidden, obscured, that would help you to make the decision that you're struggling to make. Dispel darkness in reverse. So for some of us, we're supposed to be in the shadow space for now because we're working on retrieving the parts of us we've hidden away in our shadow. Okay. Cycle sigil in reverse. This is an upside down cycle you've been in for quite some time. If you don't like that experience, you need to correct that, right? You need to choose something else. You need to do something else while in that cycle. If you want different, you have to do different, choose different, right? Abundance. There's going to be abundance coming on. I think that abundance that's coming in has to do with a separation that occurred that's now being corrected. Did you know that some of the steps involved in alchemical change is separation? Separation, and then eventually the final step is coagulation, where these separate components coagulate into a homologous, no, uh, my brain went blank, into a unified thing. New dimensions in reverse. Stop trying to exist in a place that you're not. That's a powerful statement. You are here right now as a human being while also being anchored wherever your soul is anchored, whatever dimensional level, as a soul. Accept that. Stop trying to listen to other people who are saying, what, last year they were saying the goal is to be 5D. This year they're saying the goal is to be 7D. Those people can just be quiet. They have no idea what they're talking about. Someone needs to say it. They have no idea what they're talking about. You'll come across people who'll be like, Christ consciousness is the goal. Yeah, bro, that's only 8th dimension. There's 15 dimensions in this time-space matrix. The goal is to be wherever your soul is asking you to be. That's the goal. It doesn't make you a better person to be able to tap into 7D energy. And if you learn the way I work my system, 7D is not even enough to heal. It's not. It still contains distortions. You would need base level 12D to begin the blueprint corrections, distortions in your blueprint, the molecular compaction that occurs as you step down in frequency that causes first the aging process, and secondly, breaks, distortions in your etheric code. Yeah, you would need to be at least 12D. 7D is not enough. So don't listen to those people. You are where you are because that's where you need to be right now. That includes being in, a horrible relationship. Like, you're learning something right now. And I genuinely, deeply believe that once you finish whatever you're in that circumstance to learn, you will find a way to exit out of that. That is not your destiny. That is a stepping stone in the process you're taking, the journey you're on to return back home to yourself. And that's all it is. That's all it is. It's not that you deserve to be treated poorly. It's that there's something within you that allows it. Explore what that is, correct the distortion, and then move forward. That's all you got to do. It's a lot easier said than done. It is a lot easier said than done. But I have full belief that when you are ready, you will move to other places, start other journeys, and no one will be able to stop you. There's this one thing that I realize about women, right? Because as a woman, I've observed other women trying to understand how I'm supposed to behave. And one of the things that I realized about women is that, whether you're some type of advisor or, their bestest friend, when they're done with someone, they won't even consult with you before they leave. They'll just leave. And then they'll reach out and be like, girl, I left. Because when you're done, you're done. And you don't need anyone's permission or agreement to take the next step of your journey. And I know quite a few of you have gone through that. When you're done, you're done. You don't think you're done. You act like you're done. You take the actions that are chosen and acted upon by people who are done. So have some grace for yourself. Okay. Be patient, be compassionate with yourself. Other people, I don't know that you have to be that compassionate. I don't know. It depends on the circumstance, but at no point should you ever compromise yourself and your needs just to accommodate someone else's demands. And I think that's where we're going to leave it. Light code injection. You're being pumped with all sorts of awareness right now. Utilize it. Utilize it. Let yourself become aware of people's parts in your life. Some people, you'll become aware that they are meant to be in your life forever. They are not replaceable. They are not someone you can toss aside. They are meant to be part of your life for the entire life, not because you want it, but because you realize that's the connection. And then there are other people who you want them to be part of your life, but they got to go. They got to go. It's hard to admit, it's hard to accept. Give yourself time. Give yourself time. First, learn the difference between the types of people and their purpose in your life. Not trying to control, not trying to dictate, but just observing what life shows you. You can figure out life. You got this. You absolutely got this. Guys, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe. I will be live later today, this evening, I think like 4:30 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be doing personal readings, scans, energy work, past life readings. Y'all be gentle with me. I'm going to do a lot of energy work stuff today. If you want to be part of that, go check out my expedites list. I'm evolving.com/shop/past life party. And you'll be able to pick whatever you want me to do for you personally. It's not going to be a general read. It's going to be me focused on you. You ready for that? Me hyper fixated on just you. I hope I didn't scare someone. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, no. Join me. Join me. And if you want, get some expedites. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye, everyone.